Somewhere in a secret underground UFC bunker, Dana White looks up from a pile of contracts and says, "What if we just let chaos run the promotion for one night? No weight classes, no rankings, no rules, except survive." And so, 3 men walk into the cage. Francis Ngannou, the human sledgehammer whose right hand is less a punch and more an extinction-level event. C. Overeem's soul leaving his body. Demian Maia,
Demian Maia, Carlos Condit.
polite executioner who doesn't need to hit you. He just climbs on your back and quietly removes you from consciousness. Watch him politely strangle Carlos Condit here. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson,
From very odd angles. They had a great stare down. That lead leg side kick.
karate phantom who moves like he's playing tag in a dream sequence. Spinning heel kick highlight here. It's part martial arts, part science experiment, and part very bad idea. The size problem nobody can ignore. Francis Ngannou isn't just bigger than the other two, he's a different species. At 6'4" and 263 pounds, he's built like someone hit max out on every setting in a Create a Fighter screen. His fists look like they could dent a car door, and his shoulders belong on a Marvel poster. When Ngannou steps into the cage, gravity feels like it tilts towards him. Demian Maia, by comparison, has a middleweight frame wrapped in a welterweight's calm, almost professor-like demeanor. He's not built to trade sledgehammer shots, but he doesn't need to. Maia's ground game is the great equalizer, a skill set that has embarrassed larger, stronger opponents for over a decade. He's the guy who can take your back in the first round and leave you wondering how you woke up staring at the ceiling lights. Then there's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. All finesse, no brute force. Long karate stance, bouncy footwork, and the kind of range control that turns most punchers into frustrated amateurs. His style's built to make you miss, make you chase, and then make you pay. But in a cage with a man whose punches can bend space-time, even perfect footwork starts to feel like running from a storm. On paper, this isn't a fair fight. In reality, that's the appeal. Styles make fights, but when the size gap is this massive, styles alone might not be enough to survive. Ding! Chaos. The bell rings. For a split second, nobody moves. It's not fear, it's calculation. 3 completely different styles, all staring across the cage trying to decode their first move. Ngannou is the first to break the silence. He takes a slow, deliberate step forward, the kind of step that makes the crowd collectively hold its breath. Because when a man like that moves, you know something bad's about to happen. Every muscle in his frame looks coiled, ready to unload. Wonderboy doesn't meet him head on. He begins to circle, orbiting Ngannou like a moon around a planet, light on his toes. His karate stance low and springy. A quick side kick flicks out towards Ngannou's thigh. Not to hurt, just to measure. The sound is a dull thud against a wall of muscle. Maia, he's already crouched, hands low, eyes locked on Ngannou's legs. The way he's moving, it's not unlike a shark tracking prey in murky water. Patient, predatory, inevitable. And then, all at once, the stillness shatters. Wonderboy snaps a sharper sidekick to Ngannou's ribs. The crowd hears it. Ngannou barely flinches, but Maia pounces. He dives for a single leg, his timing perfect. Ngannou sprawls instantly, hips heavy. With one violent shove, he sends Maia sliding halfway across the canvas. Before the audience can process, Ngannou's jab's already on its way towards Wonderboy. So fast, it's as if the camera skipped a frame. Wonderboy's head jerks back just in time, the glove brushing past his nose. 30 seconds in, and the message is crystal clear. In this fight, one mistake isn't just a setback. It's a ticket to the highlight reel. The awkward silence. For the next minute, Maia and Wonderboy share an unspoken truth. If they don't deal with Ngannou together, they're just taking turns being flattened. So Wonderboy peppers Ngannou with quick kicks to force him to reset. Maia times it perfectly. Duck, grab, and he's on Ngannou's leg like a koala on a tree. The crowd roars. The giant is off balance. Maia climbs to his back. Wonderboy sees an opening and spins into a hook kick aimed at Ngannou's head. It's chaos until Ngannou decides it's not. Francis remembers who he is. Ngannou stands up, with Maia still glued to his back. He takes 2 steps, shrugs violently, and Maia hits the mat. Wonderboy fires a side kick. Caught. What happens next is part martial arts, part horror movie. Ngannou shoves Wonderboy across the cage like he's clearing a coffee table out of the way, then turns back to Maia with that "your turn" look. The octagon feels smaller now. The brief technical interlude. Ngannou barrels forward like a freight train with bad intentions, chasing Maia into the fence. The impact shakes the cage, and for a heartbeat, it's all chaos. But in the scramble, Wonderboy finds something precious: space. Maia peels off the fence, and suddenly the octagon shrinks to just 2 men, the Ground Wizard and the Karate Phantom. The crowd's noise dips into a hum, like everyone's leaning forward to watch a completely different kind of fight. Wonderboy starts bouncing, light on his toes, dipping in and out of range with quick, snapping kicks. Each one lands with a sharp smack, more annoying than damage, but enough to keep Maia thinking. Maia, unfazed, keeps advancing. His hands are high, his steps deliberate. He's not chasing points, he's hunting for that one perfect overcommitment, the single sloppy step that'll open the door to his world. Every inch forward is calculated. Then it happens. Maia lowers his level and shoots, lightning quick for a man his age. His hands snake down to Wonderboy's ankle, and for a fraction of a second, it looks like he's got him. But Wonderboy hops out, springing free with the ease of a kid escaping a game of tag. The crowd laughs. Maia grins. Wonderboy smirks back. For a moment, it's almost friendly. 2 specialists testing each other without malice. And then, heavy footsteps. Slow. Closing in. The kind of sound that turns friendly sparring into survival. They both know who's back. The hammer falls. Ngannou is back in the frame, and this time, the smile is gone. The patience is gone. What's left is the look of a man who's decided to end the game. He steps in and fires a right hand that only grazes Wonderboy's chin. But even that glancing shot nearly spins him sideways like a door caught by the wind. The crowd gasps. If that had landed clean, we'd already be talking about medical suspensions. Maia sees an opening in the chaos and shoots. Wrong move. Ngannou reads it instantly, catches him under the arms, and in one terrifying display of power, lifts him clean off the canvas. Maia's feet kick at empty air for a second before slam. The mat shakes under the impact. Now the predator is fully awake. Ngannou's short hooks come in heavy and fast, each one sounding like a baseball bat cracking into a heavy bag. Maia tries to cover up, but there's no covering up against a man this strong. Then comes the knee, a brutal spear to the midsection that folds Maia forward like a lawn chair. Wonderboy tries to capitalize, darting in with a counter, but Ngannou snaps out a jab that's less a setup and more a weapon in its own right. The shot forces Wonderboy into a desperate spinning retreat just to get out of the corner before the sledgehammer follows. The smaller men are breathing heavy now, sweat pouring, chests heaving. Ngannou, he's still fresh, still stalking, still one swing away from ending the night for either man. The verdict. If there's no teamwork, Ngannou wins every time. You can't give a man with that kind of power 2 targets. If Maia and Wonderboy manage perfect coordination, there's a sliver of a chance. Keep Ngannou chasing Wonderboy while Maia hunts for the submission of his life. But that's like keeping a hurricane busy while you patch your roof. Wonderboy's path: stay at range, never stop moving, and pray you land the perfect counter. Maia's path: drag Ngannou into deep water before the sledgehammer finds your face. But in this cage, in this fantasy, Francis Ngannou is still the apex predator. So what did we learn? Ngannou's power bends reality. Maia's jiu-jitsu is the great equalizer. Unless the other guy decides to throw you into next week first. Wonderboy is proof that styles makes fights, but power often ends them. Now, who's next? Khabib, Conor, and Brock Lesnar in a triple threat mauling? Drop your picks below. Like, subscribe, and keep the chaos coming.